This is my 1989 Supra, and it might be the worst car I've ever seen. It doesn't run, it looks horrible, and the interior is full of strange substances I'd rather not identify. And in just 24 hours, I'm gonna try to bring it back to life. Or at least try. Oh, and did I mention this came from a YouTuber I've been watching for years? Let me explain. A few months ago, I got a random text from Bolian, another car YouTuber, asking if I could fly to Texas to be in a Cartrek video with zero explanation. Now, I've been watching the Cartrek guys since before I ever had a YouTube channel. I even met them once by sneaking into a dinner. Long story. So even though spontaneous trips make me nervous, I knew I had to say yes. And after staying the night in the sketchiest hotel ever, thanks Ed, I woke up to the whole production crew ripping the roof off a PT Cruiser. And news that I'd be gifted a car. Obviously, no one's ever given me a car before, so I was excited. At first, they wanted to give me this beautiful Mercedes, but Tyler, one of the hosts, was way too attached to it. So instead, they gave me this. Now, we didn't have any time in Texas to actually look at the car, and since it was a gift, I obviously wasn't gonna complain about its condition. But now that it's dropped off, it literally just got dropped off on a truck, we can start to see all the stuff that's wrong with it, which is a lot. We literally just pushed it into the shop, and the wing just fell off. All right, you know what?
Unscrew those.
All right, first thing. Oh!
What are you doing, dude?
Before we do anything else, we're probably gonna need that. Yeah, we're gonna need that.
Maybe
that's
we're gonna need a whole
car.
new thing.
Ed really messed this thing up so bad.
Yeah, thanks, Ed.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Oh, crap.
Yeah, we need a new deck lid.
So there's a lot wrong with this car, and we know that Freddie was having problems with it, but the most pressing thing when it arrived to us is this. It doesn't really like starting, and it runs really bad. That was me pressing the gas and it died. That's full throttle.
Wow.
Yeah, so before anything really majorly bad happens, I'm gonna turn it off. We need to fix that before we do anything else because, you know, when you start working on all the cars and taking the time to actually make them nice, you sort of want them to work first. Otherwise, all that effort is not really worth it. We are gonna need to examine some stuff.
Oh, it's gross in here.
It is, but I see the potential. As some of you know, this is a Mark III Supra. They're really cool. They're also really hard to get in manual and with a turbo motor. But this one isn't the super fun turbo motor. That would be the 1JZ. That's the rare one that is later years. This is the 7M GTE, the lesser known, less powerful, and worse turbo motor. But it's still cool.
This one's not cool because it doesn't work.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's also not cool because it has, honestly, that's actually attached pretty well.
See if you can stand on it.
Dude, in order to fix whatever's going on, we have to first find out why it's doing the dying and not running right. It could be a plethora of things. This car has a super complex vacuum hose system, as diagrammed up here. If one of those vacuum hoses is unplugged or literally anything that moves air is undone, my guess is it will make the car run bad. So to test this theory, Will and I are diving into the engine bay looking for anything weird or broken. And pretty quickly, Will spotted something.
Okay, this line was like pretty loose. It was like kind of on there. I don't know, that goes into the thermostat. I don't know if that would cause it. I guess a vacuum leak is a vacuum leak.
Oh, it barely sits on there, huh?
I know. I feel like there should be like a zip tie or something.
Yeah, that does not look
But
at
it was literally like, it was like that, like a second ago. So that's definitely not holding vacuum. At least that's a little bit tighter.
Oh, you got the little nice zip ties for that too?
Dude, I know. I somehow have the right thing for the job.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen, and I'm just noticing it. On there, it says Toyota with a T, right? Why is it Toyota with a D on the oil film cap? What is that? Hold on, look at that. You see that, right? I'm not tripping. That literally says Toyota.
If someone can explain to me what Toyota is versus Toyota, that'd be great.
And we've plugged in this weird line. Fire it up, brother.
All right. Ugh. I'll choose one of my 6 keys to start. Yes, wait. It's not dying.
Give it a little blip.
It's not dying.
Yes! Rev it up. That sounds all right.
It runs. I am so happy with that. Dude, I know it's a free car and I'd be happy if it didn't even run, but now we have a working free car.
Nice.
It still needs a lot to do though. There's a lot we gotta do to this thing. I think what we should do first, if this makes sense, is just take all the wrap off, all the extra stuff off, like get it up on the lift, take the front splitter off, the front splitter, take the little mounts up and then really just assess what's wrong underneath, like how many holes there are now in the car, how the paint
What's
looks.
looking underneath? Yeah.
My theory is that Ed, when he wrapped this, not that Ed is not, you know, Ed's good at many things, let's be honest, but wrapping is probably not one of them. My real concern is that when he did the lines, like actually put these here, he just razor bladed the paint.
I wouldn't put it past him.
So I'm scared that when we take this wrap off, there's gonna be just like cut lines across the whole car. Getting the wrap off isn't that hard, but it does take a lot of time, patience, and strength. It wasn't on the car for super long, but it is still baked onto the paint, and it seems to have caused some damage. All right, the front end has mostly been revealed, and it's in pretty rough shape. The clear coat's peeling in some places, actually quite a few places. This headlight is blue, which I don't think I noticed on the Cartrek videos. It's also really flaky. That paint is completely fried. There's paint just missing here. Oh, geez, this thing is worse than I thought. And we're only just unveiling it.
I really thought it was gonna be bad, so being worse than I thought is not ideal.
I really thought the paint underneath would be okay, but it turns out I am very wrong. And the more wrap that comes off, the worse it gets. It's also becoming apparent how bad Ed is at wrapping cars. All the wrap is off, and I gotta say, I actually think it looks better, but that's only by a little bit because the paint is in bad shape. I was right about Ed. He did happened to razor blade a lot of the paint, which is his fault. But what isn't his fault is the clear coat coming off, the entire hood being absolutely thrashed. The front bumper is also...
Lots of clear missing. There's clear
Yeah.
missing here, clear missing here.
There's not only clear missing here, but there's paint missing here. So that's pretty bad. It's not good at all, actually. But I do think it actually is starting to look like a real car again. It felt like a prop in a movie. And now it at least looks real. What I'm gonna attempt to do now though is just quickly take off some of the brackets that Ed has put on the car.
Yeah.
Okay, that's bad. I think we need a new trunk.
Which sucks because it's also that.
Yeah, the trunk and this is all one piece, and I can't imagine it's the easiest thing to find. Or ship here, because it's an entire pane of glass. There's holes in like every body panel.
Oh.
This would almost, well, I wouldn't say almost near perfect hood, because it's in really bad shape. But
Yeah,
it at least wouldn't have had 2 holes drilled through it had he not gotten his fingers all
Why
over.
is this headlight blue?
I don't know. Now, what we need to focus on, so we can really tell what the damage is we need to get that exhaust off.
And
the rest of that, and we need to get this off without breaking anything. Finally have the car up on the lift. It was a little difficult to do, but Will figured it out. And we can see the underside for the first time. So the underside is actually relatively clean. As you can see, it's pretty rust free. It's a little gunky, but that's not bad. However, up here, I have noticed that there's some leaking. It looks like a lot of it's happening from this little clutch slave cylinder here. Maybe, I hope that's what it is, because that's an easy fix. But there also is quite a bit of oil underneath the car. As you can clearly see, it's glistening. It's not the worst I've seen, and that means there's still oil in it, but it's not great. I'm gonna take this thing off first. Much better. This is still holding on, and most of the bolts are not there anymore. So that's pretty impressive, Ed. I won't lie. Oh, that's my fault. Yep, that fell. Ow. Now before we get to the inside of the car, which is a mess, and I'm genuinely trying to avoid it because there is some unknown weird things in there that I'm scared to touch, and I'm gonna be putting gloves on. We're gonna see how well we can clean up this black paint. The car is outside and does look on camera a lot better already, but up close, it's really bad. It's just like scratches everywhere. There's clear coat peeling. We're not gonna get it perfect, but at least we can get it better. So let's see how well the Supra cleans up real quick.
and then we'll get to the next portion of this transformation, which it needs desperately.
We're giving this car a proper wash and using the pressure washer to try to get the rest of the wrap off tough places. The car looks pretty good wet since it covers up all the missing clear coat, and I'm hoping it looks this good once it dries, but I'm not confident it will.
Car actually cleaned up pretty well. It obviously still has some problems, lots of them.
There's this, this area.
Yeah,
where you can I'm just removing the vinyl wrap.
So far, if we wanted to do this right, there's a lot to do, and there's a lot of things we need to fix. But before we go to any of that, we need to do the interior, and I'm very nervous. There's
jump scare.
There's unknown white powder down here.
I think that's from the fire extinguisher NOS they had.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, dude, I haven't even looked in here. Oh my gosh. Well, there's a radio. Oh, there's Dayquil. Freddie must have gotten sick of people saying he never finishes his cars, so he just takes to Dayquil.
Yeah, Dayquil won't help with that, buddy. Yeah, we should get all this stuff out before we bring it back inside.
Okay, let's get a tripod here, and we'll show you all the stuff as it comes out.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna extractor vacuum the inside and get Freddie's butt juice out of
Here,
there.
welcome to the Captain Crankshaft Scary Supra unboxing.
I'm putting gloves on. We have these metal front splitter things, a bunch of water bottles.
Pure synthetic oil stabilizer.
Okay, that doesn't work.
What does oil stabilizer do?
This is one of the empty NOS bottles from inside the car. Doesn't have anything in it anymore, but we'll be giving it to someone who buys our Luft air fresheners. They're the best air fresheners in the game, and this car is gonna need at least 2 of them because it is smelly in there. If you buy some Luft, I'll throw this in with one of the orders, and you can have a relic from Cartrek.
Why is there a snapped timing belt in there?
Okay.
I'm not even joking. This is literally a snapped timing belt.
No, that's bad.
I'm gonna pretend we didn't find this.
What is that? There's red spray paint.
Jethro Tull.
Dude, look at this.
A full thing of 5-weight 50 oil. Tubing. Another 2 full containers of oil. That is a bad sign when someone gives you a car with 3 jugs of oil.
This is a weird thing to have in your car. 3 Skittles drinks.
I dare you to take a sip of one.
Oh, which one should I do? Tropical? Will you do one with me?
Yes, I have
Hold
to.
on. I'll do tropical. It looks fine, right?
I'll take a sip of this Skittles sour if you take a sip of this.
I'll do Skittles
I'm gonna do
tropical.
just a little one. Refrigerate after opening.
Oh, we didn't open them yet. Oh my god, this smells heinous. Ugh. Oh god, don't buy that.
Oh.
Don't buy that.
Oh, I think I've just lost years off my life.
How about how much to eat one of the car nuts?
Oh, no, whoa.
Came with some lovely car nuts.
Assorted nuts for $9.98. Okay, there's extra hardware for the wing.
Snap-on flathead.
Oh, we just made money.
Snap-on screwdriver. This is fire. And then part of an Audi TT taillight. I think you can guess where that's from. And whatever this thing is, kind of looks like an oil filter type of deal or some sort of baffled thing. And some more saw blades.
Another 2 jugs of oil. I'm actually like, I don't know if I should be concerned because it's not opened or used.
I can't imagine they had them there for no reason. This is sick though, snap-on screwdriver.
Eddie, can you also like finish a water bottle before you get more of them? These are very rare, moldy ignition wire set. And brand new spark, bro. We're up. Bye, Freddie. We're also gonna throw in another Luft order. Part of Ed's Audi TT taillight.
With all the junk removed, we need to do the thing I've been dreading, which is vacuuming the dirt and grime out and then coming in with an extractor vacuum which will suck all the leftover stuck dirt out of the fabric. But as I started to do that, I ran into a problem I wasn't expecting.
So we haven't looked in the trunk that much. I literally just scanned. There's a couple things back here, some more oil, whatever. But we've been cleaning and extractor vacuuming, and we noticed something. I saw this right here, and I was like, huh, weird. And then
What the? Hold on. Why is there plywood?
this little area
Oh, goodness.
is full of water.
That's
Heinous.
pure water.
I kind of think it's probably from the fact that there's holes in the trunk and the water from the rain has leaked in.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I think we should probably take all of this out then.
Yeah, wanna move your phone for a second? Oh no.
Oh god, what do you mean, oh no?
Uh,
Holy wet.
our wheels become a swimming pool.
Uh-oh. Is it really all water under there?
Let's find out. Lake Supra, dude.
Oh! Oh god, dude.
Oh no.
Dude. Oh god, that's gross. That's not good. Genuinely. Now, I know we could clean the water out. That's all right. But what's not all right is water being on metal causes rust. And we don't know if it's like snuck somewhere else and done structural damage. Fuel tank's right under there. There's a lot of important stuff under there. Oh, God. So we should definitely clean it out, but we're gonna have to do a bit more wire brush. We're gonna have to do a bit more investigating before we know if it really did anything bad. That's horrible. Oh God, ew.
I got the bilge pumps. Oh good, that's great. You wanna move that roof? That truly just wouldn't be a Freddy car without a swimming pool in it. Yeah.
I'm just having to scoop the water out until it's low enough to use the extractor vacuum as a bilge pump. And with all the water out, I can leave the trunk open to dry and finish my vacuuming job on the rest of the interior.
All right, we have extractor vacuum the inside. Look at this gunk
God.
coming from the seats.
That's literally from the seats.
Yeah, that's not even from the trunk. It's the same color though, which is scary.
Seat rust.
This is Tavarish butt juice.
We should sell it.
Well, yeah, we can put this in bath soap for you if you want.
If you want the Tavarish butt soap, comment down below.
We'll make a couple batches over here, cook it up. That looks good. Yeah, let me take a sniff. Wow. The Supra is still looking bad, but it's looking better than it was. The interior has dried. It is actually looking, I wouldn't say factory fresh. That would maybe be a stretch.
The interior looks all right.
Yeah, the interior doesn't
Genuinely
look bad.
actually does look all right.
Not terrible. I even went the extra mile and put the wing back on. Not that it's gonna stay here. I think we're gonna need to replace several body panels. But before we do any of that, we gotta take it for a test drive. Now it's roadworthy, I feel. At least partially roadworthy, just so I know what I need to fix. And I'm sure there'll be something. So let's take it for a quick spin around the block and hopefully not get pulled over because I don't know if Freddie gave me all the proper registration paperwork for this. I think I'll set the
Thames, bro, to sport.
Sport. You can barely tell it's sport. Normal and sport. Okay. It's maiden voyage. Freddie did say in the Cartrek videos when we were there that the clutch is pretty slippy, so I'll be aware of that. Yeah. We're out of the parking
Give
lot.
it the beans. Oh, I feel the clutch slip.
Yeah, I feel the clutch slipping too. That's a little worse than I was anticipating.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. Give it a clutch dump. That's all clutch.
Okay, I smell it. Okay.
That was all clutch. Oh, it smells like clutch. Oh, yeah.
Something is broken. I think we just destroyed it. Well, subscribe, and we're gonna do a lot more to this car.